Hi everyone, I'm Sam Sanford. This is going to be my video presentation. So I interviewed my friend's mother. Her name is Lisa Hester, and she was a member of the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department in the 1990s. So I feel like I learned a lot from her, and it was a really great interview. Basically, we sat down and I just wanted to hear about her perspectives as a female in law enforcement, especially in the early 90s and things like that. I feel like that perspective is pretty valuable and that it's not a super common one. And I was pretty surprised to learn a lot of the things that I did. I feel like we all hear these big sweeping notions about sexism in the 20th century and that we're so far beyond that. But a lot of these things are still a really big reality for a lot of women, especially in such a male-dominated field like law enforcement. So it was really nice to hear, I guess, directly from the horse's mouth, if you will, about what it's really like suffering with sexism in the workplace, especially in such a contentious field like that. So I'd say it went really well. The answers that surprised me, I asked her if she ever experienced any overt sexual harassment in the workplace. And I expected, I guess, some comments about things that a lot of women go through day to day. But I was pretty surprised to hear about the boldness, I guess, of her coworkers in the sheriff's department. I guess she told me about an instance where one of her coworkers left a sex toy on her desk, which today I'm sure would result in an incredible lawsuit. But it was pretty staggering to hear something like that in people that we trust to protect our societies and our families and everything that happens around us are completely willing to make even their peers feel unsafe. And I think that was really something worth noting. Lisa didn't actually spend very much time in the sheriff's department. She really thought that she was cut out for it and was very excited to be hired on, but quickly found that it was not something that she felt suited for. And she did comment and say that a lot of the behavior that she experienced from her coworkers, specifically male staff, was a big contribution in her decision to leave. I believe she was there less than 5 years, less than 3 actually, but she told me a few entertaining stories as well. She says that her time there was not a complete loss for her and that she did feel like she learned a lot and gained some pretty good experiences. She was talking about this story where there was, in the jail, it looked like there wasn't anybody in the cell, and they knew that they had locked up a woman the night before, and they sent Lisa in to investigate and see where the girl had gone. And upon walking into the cell, the woman who was locked in there jumped from the ceiling where she was hoisting herself up and attacked Lisa. And I guess that's not the only story she has of that caliber. I assumed that being a sheriff was not a completely dull position, and it's not. But I guess what I didn't expect was that your position would be so much more difficult as a woman compared to a man. I guess I was familiar with the idea that it was harder to be a working woman in the 20th century than it is in the 21st. But I guess just not having that experience, you just will never really know the true reality of it. I learned that Lisa was tougher than I originally thought. She's my best friend's mom, and I've known her for years, and I didn't even know that she was a sheriff for the first, I think, 2 or 3 years of knowing my best friend. She doesn't really come off as somebody who would be in law enforcement, but she was, I guess, really passionate about it in her youth and really thought it was something that she wanted to do, but the circumstances just weren't something that she was comfortable with. And I guess that's a little bit scary being a college student myself, hearing that you would think that this position, especially being a girl as well, you would think that this position's completely cut out for you and you're so excited about the content, and then you get into the field and you're met with circumstances other than welcoming ones, I guess. And your environment's a lot more hostile than you anticipated, and it makes it difficult to do your job and to enjoy what you're passionate about. And I guess I definitely sympathize and empathize with Lisa, and I'm really grateful that she shared her perspectives with me. I think I learned a lot from it. I learned that she's a lot more of a badass than I originally believed. The biggest takeaway or life lesson I received from this interview, I guess that, was that as a woman going into the working world, you have to be ready for anything. And you have to understand that there might be people who contribute to making your career life a little bit more miserable. But I guess it's more so about how much you're willing to give for your passion versus how annoyed you're willing to be by coworkers and those in charge of you. So I am worried about that, I guess, upon graduating and getting into my career field. But learning this, I guess there's a lot of women around me who have dealt with similar things and probably have a lot of advice to offer on just what it's like working in a career that's dominated by men. So, I really enjoyed conducting this interview, and I think that I learned a lot. And thanks for listening, I guess.